Welcome to... Maddie just looked around like a confused puppy, and that made me piss everywhere. We'll do it again, but we're going to keep this in because that was funny. 1, 2, 3. Welcome to Barbie's bitch house. Last time, a lot of stupid shit happened again.
It was the bus.
It was the bus, and the guy bit his tongue off and died, even though you don't die from biting your tongue off. And now I think that good shit is about to happen, where a lot of them die, and they die in, like, stupid ways. It's, it's ridiculous.
Like his dick got stuck in a screwdriver. Like, I don't fucking know.
It's very over the top. I will say that. I think there's a scene coming up where they're in, like, an empty pool, and boiling water gets poured on them. So, shit like that.
You should have had them pour acid.
Yeah. Okay. He's like, I'm bored. I needed a dick.
No, he heated up the food. I was like...
You're like, good job.
Who the fuck wants to eat cold food? Anyway, sometimes I do, I will say, but not everything.
Eat cold pizza.
I couldn't do that. I would get sick.
Anyways, chapter 19.
Chapter 19, the house.
Chapter 19, the house. And they were 19 on the island.
They were, I don't even know how old they were on the island, to be honest. Trip grasped Jackson's arm firmly as he led him into the house.
It's already getting sexy.
Firmly grasp it.
He's like, come here.
Jackson's like, oh.
He's like, I know you killed some people, but that's hot. He's like, that made me horny. You're horny, Harry. You're horny, Jax. Okay, I'll shut up.
The frat house is located in the middle of the desolate woods. Why did it move all of a sudden?
Wait. I love how, like, I think it was meant to be 2 different houses, but I didn't clarify that. So it's like they just picked it up and moved it.
I know. If there is 2 houses, you should have said there was one on campus, and there was one maybe like a little bit farther off into the woods. But no, it's just, they picked it up and floated it over here.
You can tell this was like one draft. And then I was like, it's good to go.
You're like, let's print it. And then quickly took it off the store.
I think I took it off the store the year it was printed. I was like, this sucks ass.
You read it again and you were like...
And also the cover is AI generated. And this was before that was kind of looked down upon. That you can literally tell. It's so shittily made and low quality.
I like how I can't even tell what it is. But
it's supposed to be like a bunch of arms, but it looks like the arms are like twisting and it's like a creature.
Yeah. I'll do your book covers if you want.
Yes, please.
An actual artist instead of AI, because even though I made those AI images.
So my mom wanted to prank my dad, and she was like, Trent, I need you to Photoshop a bunch of shirtless men in this kitchen working. So I was like, Maddie, I need you to do this for me. And she was like, what? And I was like, just do it. And so I did, and she like loved it, and it was so realistic, and all my dad responded with was a fucking emoji. I was like, no.
I know, he's so lame. He's
such a straighty.
The one thing I realized after I did that was like basically like both of those guys look really similar to one another.
I didn't even realize. I think it's.
And I was like, and then I told the prompt after the fact. I was like, maybe you should. They look really similar. Maybe you should like make them a little different. And made one of them like blonde or something. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
They had killed at least 30 people in this very house, and now a new batch of pledges were going to get butchered just the way Danny liked it.
I feel like they're gonna like fuck them.
Trip threw Jackson on the ground right next to Gus. Jackson groaned in agony. The cuffs were still on his hands, and he felt like his wrists were broken. The handcuffs had dug into his hands so much that his rope burn wound had begun to bleed again. Once all 5 were in the house, Danny slammed the door behind him and talked softly.
I thought you were going to say talk dirty. Imagine he slams the door and he's like, I'm going to fart in your mouth. He's like, I'm going to shit on these walls. And I'm going to make you lick it. He's like, I'm going to shove my balls. I started farting.
That's the fucking deer from 99 Nights.
He's like,
you see these fucking walls?
I'm gonna shit on these walls and you're gonna like it!
the deer's just like...
He's like, these walls plus my ass equals your fortress. Do you think he, like, puts the stick wall up his ass? He's like... Brooding 999.
It would be really terrifying if you had, like, built, like, an entire thing around it, and, like, the fire went out, and then he climbed over the fucking...
you're gonna give him ideas. I love that guy.
I sent you that thing where it was like, I almost died, and it was, like, sitting in the little...
And when they scream, and it's slow-mo screaming, I can't talk. When it's slow-mo screaming, I'm like, ah!
I'm like, ah!
I'm like, Maddie, get back to the camp! We should just do a podcast where we fucking play 99 Nights.
We should do a fucking, like, YouTube video.
Yeah.
Where we fucking play 99 Nights, and you can hear the crazy shit that...
Yes.
I might have to get voice chat, so it's like we don't have to, like, because usually we're on the phone.
Well, what I could do is I could, like, live stream it, and then the audio would be there, so we could be on the phone and live stream. I would record it on the tablet.
Well, I mean, I was just saying that, like we could, like, because, I mean, like, usually we're on the phone, you know, kind of thing, but if we both had voice chat in the game, we could both be like, ah, blah, blah, blah. But,
yeah.
I mean, we could do that, too. Mm-hmm. We're like, welcome to whatever this is.
Anyway, so the guy fucking slammed the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he slammed his pussy, and...
He's like, hey guys, accidentally slams his pussy lips into the door and has to remain chalant.
No, I was gonna say, I'm imagining he shuts the door with his ass cheeks, like, slim.
He's like, da 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 da. He's like a bigger fag than the main character.
Congrats, pledges, you have made it to the next step in the hazing process.
I'm just imagining he's wearing a tutu and he's like tucked and his dick pops out when he fucking shuts the door.
He said excitedly, as if it was a good thing. However, the hazing challenges are going to get more and more difficult, Danny said. We'll let you all rest for tonight, but tomorrow be prepared. Like your asshole.
So like, prepare your anus.
Well, it says Tripp said. Be prepared, Tripp said. Danny undid everyone's handcuffs and took off their blindfolds.
I thought he was gonna...
And don't even try to think about escaping, Tripp said.
I thought Danny was gonna undo his pants. I was like, ugh!
It'd be bad if they, like, raped them or something.
I don't think I would have put that in here. Maybe I did, because I wanted it to be, like, kind of like I Spit on Your Grave, which if y'all don't know what that is, that's a rape revenge movie. Where this girl gets raped, and then she proceeds to get revenge on all of her rapists. Like, one guy gets fish hooks in his eyes, and they're tied around a tree so he can't blink. And then fish guts are rubbed in his eyes, so crows peck his eyes out and kill him. Love that fucking movie. Only that part, though.
Every single window in this house is welded shut, and the door can only be unlocked by us from the outside. How the fuck are they gonna get outside if they locked it from the... If they're in there, and they shut the door, how the fuck are they gonna get back out? If they...
Wait, reread the sentence? I need to reprocess it.
Okay, every single window in this house is welded shut, and the door can only be unlocked by us from the outside.
So...
He slammed the door. Remember, he slammed the door. So how the fuck is he gonna get out if they're fucking in it?
I'm just imagining they're all trapped in there, and they're like, "Oh shit, it backfired. Well, time to eat each other's asses." Is what one of them says, and they're like, "Wait, what, bro?" And then they're like, "Nothing."
I'm just wondering, like, maybe they want to make them do crazier shit, but like, basically at this point, they literally cannot get out of the house.
I feel like they might also have a key to get inside. It's just stupid the way it's written.
Daniel smirked.
Ew.
And we have eyes everywhere. If you even attempt to escape, we will unleash hell, Chet said. We have various deadly traps throughout this house in each room and that we can manually detonate if we think you're planning on escaping.
What is the
fuck?
saw?
I know, what is this fucking saw?
Manually detonate. Like, I'm imagining they're like, oh fuck, they're in the room. Come on, chat, go detonate that bomb in that room. And they're like, I'm just gonna scoot past you real quick. Like the white woman, I'm just gonna get past you. And then he like detonates the bomb, and he's like, you stand right there. You let me detonate this fucking bomb or you're fired.
I know, right? It's like... They could have just put, like, some bear traps or something, where it's like you just step on it and it fucking chops your leg off.
Yeah, but they're like, fuck, I gotta detonate that bomb. They went in that room.
The frat bros droned on and on before finally leaving. How the fuck did they get out? I'm sorry.
How did they get out? So how did none of them try to escape? I mean, they're probably tied up and shit.
They're not. They took off their handcuffs and their blindfolds.
So they're just like sitting there being like, okay, you guys can leave.
Well, they told them that they would let them rest, but there was like booby traps everywhere, apparently. I don't know.
Booby.
Booby. Jackson stared down at his bloody wrist before looking over at Daniel.
Daniel. Oh, Daniel. My wrists are so bloody.
Oh, no.
I'm listening to GC.
It's almost as if I...
This is like Terror Dementia Raven. It's coming back to us.
Slits my wrist.
Lol, listening to GC. I need to show you that clip where you say that, because you're reading of her listening to GC while slitting her wrist. And the way you say GC is like, listening to GC. And it kills me, so now I say GC like that every time.
Listen to GC.
GC.
Daniel looked catatonic. Jackson went over to him and wrapped his arms tightly around him.
I'm like, don't touch me.
What the hell are we going to do? Fuck.
What the hell are we going to do? We're going to fuck.
Marco asked with difficulty due to his bloody tongue.
What? Oh, yeah, they're on the bus, but still.
They're not.
Well, they were.
Oh, yeah, they were. We are all going to fucking die. Don't say that, Daniel snapped. Why? I'm pretty sure you called the other guy named Danny Daniel.
I did.
And that
I got my own characters mixed up.
That gets so fucking confusing because it's like Danny and Daniel.
This is awful. I remember thinking this was like grade A writing when I first read it.
You're like, this is the hottest shit I've ever
written. This is so... this is so fucking good.
It says, there's got to be a way that we all get out of this alive. It's hopeless, Daniel. We may as well just stop fighting and just accept our fate. Gus said, if you guys could just shut the hell up for 5 seconds. Obadiah mumbled.
I don't like how gross these fuckers are. They're like nasty.
All 5 of them were scared.
Obadiah was like, shut the...
They had really thought they were safe from Danny, but they were wrong. Dead wrong. Sebastian was dead. What?
Was dead, and he was wrong.
Why the fuck does it just bring it back?
Sebastian was dead.
Sebastian was dead. Like we didn't fucking know that.
You're dead wrong.
No.
Sebastian's dead.
No, the worst part is, it says, but they were wrong. Dead wrong. And then, period. And then, Sebastian was dead. Period.
It's like I threw a fun fact in there. I'm going to read it like it's written. They were wrong. Dead wrong. Sebastian's dead.
Yeah. That's how...
It's like when you forget to add something to a presentation, so you add it at the very end.
I was like, it makes me laugh because, like, I think one of the most things that makes me laugh up in these books is that sometimes you put periods, and so it's like it's not even a complete fucking sentence. But
she farted. He sniffed.
Like, it's not, like, because, you know, the period is there, so, like, a pause before you speak. And so it makes me laugh because I do the pause, and then it's like, but they were wrong. Dead wrong. Sebastian was dead.
It makes it like awkward.
I know,
like,
it makes it like a really awkward, like, why did we pause for that?
Sebastian's dead. I've probably even gotten through one chapter. This is bad. Okay.
Hours upon hours passed by. And they flew by. What? Oh, they passed by and then they flew by.
They're like...
They all mustered up the strength that they
Mustard?
could.
Oh, you meant like that. Not the condiment.
No, it says mustard.
They all mustered up the strength.
Yeah. That they could and began walking around the house trying to figure out what they might find. You know what I've thought about this entire time? What if they gotta go piss? What if they gotta go shit? Where are they
There's
gonna
probably
go?
a bathroom.
Maybe.
But it might be booby trapped. There might be like razor wire and wasps in the toilet.
Trying to figure out what they might find. The house was bare and derelict?
Derelict. I forgot what that fucking
I don't
means.
even
I
know
what that means. I think it means like kind of abandoned and like empty.
Without the T on the end, it reminds you of derelict, the line from Zoolander that's made up. Derelict. Anyway. However, blood stained numerous walls and floors within the house.
That's not blood, that's shit!
There was one room, though, that piqued Jason's curiosity. It was at the end of the hall, and it looked different from all the other doors. 5 different locks were on the door. Each of them unlocked and unlatched. The sight of it unnerved Jackson. Lord knew what lay within the confines of that room, but Jackson knew he had nothing left to lose. He would most likely die soon anyways. Jackson slowly walked towards the door, unease flowing through his veins.
The funny part about this
the
is...
veins of his dick! Anyway.
Unease went through his veins and went to the tip of his cock. And then that unease turned into horniness. He's like, I'm gonna fuck that door.
with all the locks and everything.
With all the locks, he's like, I'm gonna come in every lock. He's like, I'm gonna come in that first lock. He's like, no, he assigns different ones to come in different locks. He's like, Obadiah, you come in lock 3. And then it's like, what if we're different heights and we can't come at the same time? It's like, okay, we're gonna take shifts.
We're gonna take shifts.
And then they come out with just mutilated dicks. And they say, and then Jackson says, Balin, when is me?
Every inch of his body was screaming no, but his mind urged him to keep going.
He's fucking them locks.
He knew something was behind those doors, and what it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
It wasn't good. It wasn't like, it was terrible and treacherous.
I like how it says, and what it wasn't good. Chapter 20 is called Discovery.
Him discovering the door private parts. Discovering the body of the door.
I don't... Jackson approached the door before twisting the knob to see what laid inside.
He's jerking off the door now. Jesus Christ.
He wished he hadn't.
The door came in his hand immediately.
I like how it says he wished he hadn't.
He wished he hadn't.
A shotgun was positioned adjacent to the doorway, and a string was tied around the trigger connected to the doorknob.
That's literally a rip-off of Saw, by the way.
It fired one shot directly into Jackson's shoulder. He couldn't feel it at first. He didn't know what hit him until the burning pain kicked in and he began bleeding. He screamed in agony for help. Daniel rushed over to Jackson's side as he writhed in agony on the floor. Oh my God, Daniel screamed. Obadiah, Marco, and Gus hurried over to Daniel and Jackson. Fuck, Marco said, and Daniel held Jackson in his arms. I'll be fine, Jackson said. Just need it to be removed, to remove bullet.
I love how he, couldn't feel it at first. Now he's being a baby and being like...
No, Obadiah said. If the bullet is shot through an artery, it may be the only thing stopping you from bleeding to death. Jackson smiled at Obadiah and thanked him. He goes, no, listen. He goes, thank you.
In the middle of his breakdown, goes thank you.
I like how he just stops being upset. He's just like, thank you. He's like,
thank you.
What would we do without you? Daniel asked.
That is common fucking sense, you dipshits.
I just can't. They're like, oh my God, you're shot. He's holding him in his arms, and it's just like, thank you.
It's like, thank you.
Obadiah carried Jackson over to the bathroom and began running hot water all over the wound, attempting to disinfect it as much as possible. What the fuck is more water gonna do?
I love how there's even water flowing to this house in the middle of the fucking woods.
I guess I answered my question that there is a bathroom that they can use.
Yeah.
I imagine it's not water. Well, he
probably,
did.
Probably semen of the pledges. Ew. Ew!
Not the semen sink. While he did that, Daniel, Marco, and Gus decided to look inside the room to figure out what was so important that a gun would be positioned in front of the door.
What, isn't it the room with 5 locks? How the fuck are they gonna get in?
I don't fucking know. Careful, guys, Gus said. The boys cautiously headed into the room. How did they head into the room if it was locked?
They're idiots.
Or well,
I'm an idiot.
Or all the locks were unlocked, I think, remember?
How the fuck did he unlock them?
No. It said that they were all unlatched. But so it was like a trick, like to send you to go and open it because it looks like it's okay.
You explaining my own writing to me that I've forgotten about.
Inside the room were newspaper clippings, all taped to the wall. What Daniel saw next would stay with him for the rest of his life. Bodies upon bodies. Upon bodies.
Oh.
Sorry, it goes, listen. It goes, the rest of his life. Bodies, period. Bodies upon bodies upon bodies, stacked on top of one another. Gus gagged at the stench and puked. Marco looked over at the newspaper clippings on the walls and read aloud some of the headlines.
I love how Gus was just like, ugh.
Campus police still on the lookout for the missing students. Leading the investigation is Brett Artego, who is confident he will figure out the perpetrator behind these heinous acts, Marco said. He began to read another. 19-year-old Ajax Thompson found at the bottom of a 10-story building, presumed to be a suicide. Numerous pictures lined the walls with so many people's faces. Daniel felt his stomach lurch as he saw his own face. Circled in a bright red marker, homophobic slurs marked each of their pictures, and the pictures of Jay, Kendrick, Bradley, and Jace were crossed out.
I'm just imagining it says, Fudge Packer!
The photo of Sebastian hadn't been crossed out yet. Maybe they didn't do it yet. They're doing this because they have a vendetta against gay men!
Reiterating what we already fucking knew, Gus. Thank you so much.
Gus said in realization, we need to get the fuck out of this room. Marco said, I can't stand to be in here for another minute. Daniel, Gus, and Marco quickly left the room before slamming it shut. I like how they figured out how to not get the shotgun to go off again. Like did that not?
And it just wasn't... was it out of bullets? I doubt it.
Well, right? Like they just opened it.
There's so many inconsistencies.
I know. Obadiah hurried out to figure out what the commotion was. Daniel filled in Obadiah on the entire story. He was mortified. Jackson stepped out of the bathroom shirtless.
Why is he shirtless?
with his shirt wrapped around his injured arm. I found a bottle of rubbing alcohol in the bathroom.
So I think he was rubbing one off.
So I poured one on the wound so that it would help avoid infection.
I love how they describe, shit that's really obvious and doesn't need to be described. I poured anti-infection stuff on the infection to make it not infect.
I would think that they would put, so the frat bros want them to fucking kill themselves, right?
Uh-huh.
So why would they not, why would they put that there if they wanted them to help each other? I feel like it would be filled with something else to make you think it was something.
I don't know.
Anyway.
These frat bros are kind of dumb.
Oh, fuck. Sorry, I forgot where I was. I poured some on the wound so that it could help avoid infection, Obadiah said. Jackson hugged him and thanked him profusely. What the hell are we going to do now? Marco asked. We're all going to die. Danny and his friends are clearly experienced in murder. Sorry. And how to get away with it. There's absolutely no way out of here. All I want to do right now is sleep, Jackson said. Daniel took Jackson to a couch that was falling apart and laid him down on it, before kissing him on the forehead and heading back to the others. I thought he was about to do some
suck that dick!
I know. I was like, ooh, girl!
I'm imagining they try to fuck on the couch and the spring goes up one of their asses. Because it's, run down.
It's like, ugh!
Oh! Oh yeah. Oh no!
Sounds like the fucking Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh no. He's like, why is there blood pouring out of your ass?
No, listen. Imagine, okay? Imagine I'm imagining when you... the Kool-Aid man, right? I'm imagining the Kool-Aid man having sex with someone. He's like, oh yeah, and then at the end he didn't pull out, so he's like, oh no, oh no.
Now I'm gonna have some Kool-Aid jammers. Anyways, you're just really pondering that. You're like, damn, I should write a fan fiction about that Kool-Aid man.
No. Chapter 21 is called False Hope.
Let's see how much time we have. Okay. Let's read one more and then one episode. How long is this chapter? How long is it? Okay.
5 pages?
Okay, we'll get through it. I'll just try not to interrupt. Did you just fucking fart?
No.
Oh. I thought you did it like I did last episode.
You know, I listened to that and I couldn't hear it, but like the fact that we talked about it is worse. I'm like,
I know, I was like trying to be subtle, and then you were like, did you just, what is that fucking noise? And I was like trying to keep it subtle from them, and I was like, I don't know. And then I was like, I farted. I was like, I don't care anymore.
I was like, well, I heard it, and I was like, what the fuck was that noise? Like,
you were like ready to fight. You're like ready to pull some wave.
I know. I thought.
What was that fucking noise?
I thought something had like hit my car, and I was like, what the fuck was that?
It was like, that was my ass.
That was my asshole.
My asshole.
False hope. Jackson tossed and turned all night, and so did the other boys. Daniel looked up at Marco to see his bloodshot eyes. There was no way they could sleep after what they had seen in that room. Sorry. Daniel was thankful for Obadiah. He was very resourceful and helpful to the others. So, they're killing gay men, but for what reason? Gus asked.
Because they're homophobic, you dipshit.
I'm assuming it's just out of sheer hatred, Obadiah said. There doesn't have to be some grand cause behind their fucking actions. Jackson groaned in the background. Daniel felt awful for him. He couldn't even imagine how much pain he must be in right now. We'll change his wound tomorrow, Obadiah said. It's pointless, Marco grunted. Do you not get it yet? He is going to kill us all!
The grunt was so fucking gross.
Daniel glared at Marco. He attempted to give him a piece of his mind, but he had barely any energy left. And what he did have, he needed to conserve.
These are the most straight gay men I've ever written in my fucking life.
The morning came.
Oh, god damn it. Why'd the morning come? Someone hawking up a fucking...
That's a big bitch. Anyway. You know, I thought that car was on a second ago. Okay, the morning came.
Ew.
And Daniel hadn't slept a wink. His brain felt fuzzy and he felt so weak. He was starving and drained.
Sorry, I coughed.
He was starving and drained. Jackson got a little sleep, but that was better than nothing. Daniel got up and went to go feel Jackson's forehead. He was slightly warm. Daniel decided to look everywhere, or to look around the kitchen for anything that could help Jackson. He looked under the kitchen sink and found a container of black trash bags, a roll of paper towels, and a container of bleach. Daniel ripped off a few pieces of the paper towel and wet them with cold water before placing them on Jackson's forehead. Jackson flinched at the coldness, but he got quickly used to it. "Thank you," Jackson mumbled, giving the best smile he could muster. For the next few hours, Daniel, Marco, Gus, and Obadiah sat silent in the darkness while Jackson slept on the couch. They were startled out of their silence when they heard the door begin to unlock. Danny was coming. The door swung open, letting light flow into the hallway. A man that Daniel didn't recognize walked in. "Hello?" he said. It wasn't Danny. They were saved. They could get this man to free them, and then they could go to the police station and tell them everything. "Thank God," Daniel screamed and threw himself at the man. "Please help us. These fraternity guys have been torturing us, and they've killed so many people. We are going to die," Daniel shrieked. The man looked alarmed and said, "Good God, come with me. I'll take you boys to the police station myself," he said. A smile spread over everyone's faces. Obviously, he's like part of it or something. I'm assuming it's like a trick.
I assume so as well, unless it's like a random person, but I don't think they'd let a random person.
Well, I mean, it'd be funny if he was like a maintenance guy and he came and he wasn't supposed to or something.
And then they kill him off. It'd be interesting.
Yeah.
I guess we shall see.
Okay. He said. A smile spread over everyone's face. Jackson quickly hopped up and ran outside with the man. Daniel, Marco, and Gus and Obadiah shortly followed after. They followed the man to his truck, parked only a few feet away. Daniel's heart dropped when he saw who was sitting in the front seat, Danny, with a hint of a smirk on his lips. The man turned around and started laughing at the boys' desperation to escape. "Thanks, Eric," Danny said before handing Eric a bag full of cash. Eric smiled and got into the driver's seat while Danny got out. He smiled and drove off gleefully. "The others will be here soon. It's time for the next phase of hazing." Why are they not running? They're outside now.
I know, like, don't be a fucking idiot.
5 against 1? Beat his fucking ass.
Beat his fucking pinky. I mean, his ass. So, yeah, his pinky.
Yeah. "The others will be here soon," and Danny said while smiling. Daniel felt his rage boil inside of him. This bastard was sick. holding freedom in front of their face and then quickly snatching it away. He was a fucking psychopath.
This bastard was sick.
A sick fuck. What happened to Jackson? Danny said. Daniel could tell from his facial expression that he knew exactly what had happened. No one answered him. Fine, be that way, Danny said. Rolling his eyes, a truck roared into the woods near the house, and Trip and Trey and Chaz and Chet stepped out. Ready to suffer more pledges? Chaz asked laughingly.
Laughingly?
Laughingly?
Oh my god.
Before Daniel even realized what was happening, Trey jumped on top of him and tied his hands together. Ooh.
Daniel's like, oh!
Next, he threw Daniel over his shoulder, carrying him to what appeared to be the backyard. The others quickly followed suit.
When Trey throws Daniel over his shoulder, Trey's probably like, why is your gun poking into me? It's like, that's not my gun, that's my boner.
Trey threw Daniel to the ground once they had reached the backyard, and Daniel looked over and saw an empty underground pool that had to be at least 10 foot deep. A blood-smeared stained the bottom of the pool. For your next round of hazing, you will be thrown into this pool and you'll have to figure out how to escape. We will have massive pumps that will distribute tons of water into the pool. If it fills before you escape, you will drown and die.
I have a feeling they're like chained, or there's like a ball and chain on their feet, and that's why they can't get out. Because I feel like I'm remembering
they tied their hands together, right?
I feel like they're about to add a ball and chain into the equation.
And I know what you're thinking. You'll think you'll be able to float to the surface, but you won't. We are going to be tying heavy weights to your ropes.
Close enough.
So that you will be weighed down by them. Daniel yelped in agony as Trey pulled at his ropes, digging them deeper into his wrist. He began to tie a heavy weighted ball into his ropes. Before tossing it into the pool, Daniel screamed in agony as he was yanked along with it. He fell on his back on the concrete floor. He felt like the breath was knocked out of him. Jackson followed suit, landing next to Daniel. He screamed in agony as he landed right onto his injured arm.
This is just overkill. It's fucking stupid.
Margot and Gus followed suit, and Obadiah, however, stood at the base of the pool looking glum. "I'm sorry," was all that he said. Those were the last words that left his mouth before Danny put a bullet through his brain. He collapsed, his body falling down into the pool, while the others he smacked headfirst into the concrete floor, his eyes wide open. Daniel began to scream. It was the only thing he could do. He tried to move away from Obadiah's body, but when he did, the ropes were tugged by the heavy weight. Daniel looked up, smirking. "He was working for me, and I'm done with him," Daddy said.
Oh, why am I shocked by my own twist that I added in? I was like, wait a fucking minute. So Obadiah was working for him the whole time.
Well, I mean, I kind of thought that in the beginning when he asked them all to meet in that science lab and then they got gassed kind of thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But, like, you know, because we thought he was dead, remember? We thought he had died and, like, he took his phone or whatever. But, you see, his father was in debt with my father. And I told him if he helped me with the hazing that I would remove his debt. What hell? Well, hell, he was dedicated. He even killed Bradley, Danny said.
So now we know Bradley was the one who got stabbed in the neck with a tree branch, right? There's so many inconsistencies.
Jackson gasped. All we had to do was make sure the knots in his ropes were loose, and we told him to kill. He was creative with it, I'll give him that, Danny said, laughing. And anyways, enough about that bore. It's time to begin the next round of hazing, Danny exclaimed as he pulled a lever, causing water to burst out of the pumps above the pool, sending water cascading down on them all.
So we will continue reading next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.